Hey, you're watching GearWire.com. I'm Owen O'Malley. We're at Pitchfork 2011 with Jupiter and John from Health. So let's talk about your gear. So are you primarily playing bass with the band, or are you like bass and other things? Kind of?
One of the main instrument band is just feedback going through the same rig my bass goes through. So, and everything is kind of, it's all the same pedals, so it's just me getting different ways of manipulating those pedals for sounds, and one is bass control with notes, and then one is feedback, and then one is feedback running a million times, and one is this, you know, like that sort of thing. So it's all, my instrument is my rig, pretty much, yeah.
What amp are you playing through?
An Ampeg SVT3, but when I fly for things like this, I have a Mesa Boogie Walkabout, because I can only make, a bunch of the sounds I make are only possible on like 3 amps, you know? And other Ampegs don't work. So I found I could do pretty comparable sound with the Mesa Boogie Walkabout if I don't change the EQ. So I bought that and I fly with that everywhere I go. Because we had these disasters where we'd show up in Europe and like we can't play like 3 songs because I can't make those sounds. Yeah.
It's really like gear dependent then.
Yeah, but so that's why I always bring it with me.
And so you also, I've seen some videos, there's like a percussion pad that you, what is that?
It's this Tama, it's an all analog drum kit, you know, the 80s, like where they show the dude he's playing the thing, like that's it. It's from a larger set with that had a kick.
It was like hexagonal, like Tom?
Yeah, and it all goes to this brain, and it's a totally analog, and it's like boo, boo, like these cheesy sounds, but they interact amazingly because it's analog, with my pedal chain, that you can get these crazy things to happen that react with, I don't know, whatever that's going on.
So you're just feeding all those things through the kind of the same effects chain?
I have a mixer at the beginning, and that I choose what inputs are going through. And so bass, and then there's an A/B switch. So bass is its own thing, and then the drum pads, the microphone with feedback, and the feedback loop coming out from the outside of the amp are all on the thing, and those can be mixed together to make more sounds.
And what are you playing through?
I play guitar and synthesizers and percussion.
Okay. What's the synth that you're playing?
Right now I'm using an MS-2000, which is a great starter synth to play around with. I'm thinking about ideally just having maybe a laptop run the synths, because you can get more options with that. But right now I'm just using the MS-2000.
Do you have songs that are sort of inspired by a specific piece of gear, like you get like a piece of gear and then
Tones very often inspire songs with us, yeah.
Is there like a specific song you think of, like either in the first
There's a lot. I mean, like the first song on our first album, that whole song is built around that sound that you hear in the beginning, and when I discovered that sound, we're like, oh shit, and so we did a whole song around it and stuff like that.
Slow, another example of that.
Yeah. So it's a lot of times it's inspired when we fucking around, you find something really magical, some weird mistake that happened with the pedals. Like Death Plus, that loop, that was created just like I was messing around and suddenly my gear was making that sound, and I was like, oh my god, and then we just recorded that and then later used that to make the sound. Yeah. And I haven't been able to make that sound again. I've kept trying, because but like we could have gotten more loops if we had recorded more that day. But we're like, oh, I can do it later. I could just do this.
It's one of the things that you learn about gear is that voltage and just like whatever you're getting out of the outlets really affects how things sound. And it happens when we go to Europe or from one venue to the next or at a festival. Just if the power isn't good, the sound isn't going to be good.
Do you guys use power conditioning equipment at all? Is that?
We really should. We've had disasters with fucked up power, and we're like, oh god, like, you know, with all, especially all this noise-based stuff, it's like the shit will just be dropped in pitch and it's all out of key now, and we're like, oh god, you know, like, what do you do? Yeah.
So you guys, when you rehearse, are you always recording when you rehearse, just in case like a happy accident happens like that?
We do a lot of that, yeah. We have record going a lot, just to because if we get a good sound, then we can just make something out of that.
Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for your time. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Oh wait, actually I can add this. Okay. When you're a kid, they'll be like, they'll say shit like, dude, it's not tone's in the fingers. It's like, dude, it's the fucking gear, man. Everything is the fucking gear. Everything is gear. Like, the difference in this piece of shit, everything is about gear. You know, without gear, I would just suck. Like, everything is about gear. Don't let people tell you retarded this magic. No, you do this. And no, it's about it's always been about fucking gear, man. All right, that's all.
There you go. It's not about you. All right, thanks, guys.